Hi, it's Thursday, and we're back again. And I'm going to bring on the guys. We got George, we got Sean.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, yeah, it's another Thursday, huh? Don't the weeks go by fast?
Yep.
Yep.
Very fast. Very
I-
fast.
So fast. I don't know.
oh, Sean, you took yourself out there.
Wait a minute. What do I do here?
I see him.
I know he flashed off and on there. He's flashing us.
You're right now, Sean. I see you.
There we are. I was trying to adjust my camera, and I don't know what I did. There's different icons on the bottom. Something happened with this app. So,
Oh, well, you're
at least
okay.
at least on the mobile version.
Yeah. So, well, you know who's here today, don't you? We got Mike Schwartz here
Yeah,
today.
10 years Schwartz. Sean.
Dr. Schwartz.
Yeah, the Schwartz
Yeah.
will be with you.
Made the
Schwartz.
short. We're gonna do news with attitude. I don't think we're gonna do no COVID today. We do.
Well, there's all kind of COVID stuff in the news again. Just kind of popped up. Well, something about some guy that took 2 boosters. Did you hear about that? Where he says his lungs lost 10 years of life.
Oh,
I'll have to find the
just go
video.
ahead and take-
They were talking about it just recently.
Yeah.
well,
Johnson with
They
with
proved
the-
a new vax. They got a new vax out for COVID-19.
yeah, and they said don't take it
Yeah.
because they have to keep putting out the stuff for the myocarditis and stuff. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and open up with a prayer before George cusses. So we're gonna go.
Please.
Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. That's Isaiah 41:10. So call out to God the next time you find yourself trying to press on in dangerous circumstances, which is when we have George here. Oh, your light went out. And he will either clear your path or clear your windshield. See, that's God sending you a message, George.
That's what happened.
That is.
I can't curse now. Watch. I'm going to... it's funny that the computer's fixing the light. Like I just put it.
Well, that's what, if I moved, it fixes the light because the brick behind me, it kind of throws it off a little bit. So I'm going to bring.
I got some kind of light coming in on the side here. I don't know. I think I got an awakening or something going on next to me.
Well, maybe it's the angels of God shining on you, Sean.
I need them.
Probably because of your passenger. That's probably why you have the angels.
Yeah, I got that. I got that passenger with me today. I don't know. He was been acting up this morning.
Well, I'm going to bring on Doc before he leaves because we're bullshitting around.
Yeah, he may say screw these guys and leave.
Yeah.
Never.
Hey, Mike, good morning. Well, how was Bedminster last night? Did you go to Bedminster?
I did. I have gotten no sleep this week. I was in Bedminster with an event. It's called Rockin' with the Seals. It's my buddy Mike Ziegler. I've had him on the show before. He does a great job. They raise money for veterans with PTSD. And Alina Haba was up there. Alina did a great job. I was chatting with her last night for a while. It was just a great event. Great to see all the guys up there. And Trump Bedminster, always a nice place to be.
Yeah, Mike, for the record, I could have met you and gone with you. I mean, just a phone call away. That's all. Just saying.
Well, it's a little pricey, I don't want to. It's the funny part. They golf. I don't golf. I hate golf. I'll golf once in a blue moon. But my friends that want to go to this thing, they go, "Oh, I really want to golf," and I go, and then they ask me how much it is, and I feel bad that I even brought it up because it's to do a charity event. They got to raise money. And
yep.
I had a couple of friends that went and spent the money to do the golf thing, and God bless them. I just don't like to golf. I drive the cart. So I went up for the dinner last night. It was a lot less expensive. I did make a donation to the guys though. So it always
That's awesome.
Gets me in the pocket anyway.
Yeah, you got anywhere from $750 to $1,200. Those cheap ones. The $1,200.
They're a little, they're up there, George. The one
I would have drove the cart for free.
Yeah, well, it's not my event, Sean. And Sean, by the way, Sean, how do you get away with doing a professional show in your car? I mean, I got a studio.
Some days I had to be on the road. This is one of them. Now, tomorrow I could be home in the morning, but today I had to be on the road. I'm up in beautiful Newark, New Jersey.
All right. Well,
that's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Last time I was up in beautiful Newark, New Jersey, was for the DOJ. I had a little conversation with our friend Alina Hobb about that.
Yeah, I was hoping that one.
Oh.
And I know you made out real good with that. You should have said you known me. She knows me very well.
George, you know how those things are. It's you press 20,000 people that I know. We could have had a conversation for hours, but she was pretty busy. But yeah, we did have a quick conversation about that. And I said, I have been one of the victims of the lawfare, and we got into it about it last night. She gave me a hug and she apologized and said no more. And I said, and then she couldn't believe her office was involved. I said, oh, and I'll name names. So I went there. So we had
good
a conversation last night. So.
Well, hopefully the conversation will have dividends to it, so to say.
Well, we haven't heard from them in a while, so maybe things are calming down because, we got into the books and all that a little bit. But, Alina was bad. I said, let's not do this now. She had pictures and people. I said, well, but if you want to revisit it anytime, anytime. What's funny? I'll tell you what's funny. When I go to Trump, every time I go to a Trump place, whether it's in New Jersey or down in Florida, people that watch the show will come up to me in front of a group and say, oh, you got to ask him to do his Trump. And now I'm on the spot because I'm like in front of people and it's at Trump. And now I'm doing Trump at Trump. So last night, I was sitting there and I'm like, what do I say? And I just talked about him doing a thing where he was pronouncing artificial intelligence. And it was the funniest thing I think I ever heard. He goes, it's called AI. Artificial intelligence. I don't know if the artificial is so good, but that's what they call it, AI.
It's great when he emphasizes something.
I think
every word, George. Guatemala, Nicaragua. It's every word.
I think, Trix, what we need to do every time we have Michael on the show, we need to have a new segment called what would Trump say, or how would Trump say it?
Yeah,
Dr. Michael Schwartz.
Yeah,
that would be great. And we just what we're doing is we're doing a lightning round. We're throwing out a scenario, and then Mike reacts to it like Trump. That would be kind of cool. All right.
I like up for that? Would you do that?
I'll do anything you want.
You better quantify it. You don't know what show you're on.
Trump, Trump, what do you think about the tariffs, Trump? What do you think about the tariffs?
Big, beautiful tariffs. They're going to help the country like you've never seen before, George. No one's ever seen anything like it, George. He repeats himself a lot. You just got to say it over and over in the same sentence. He'll speak for a half hour and say the same thing 5 times. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I missed him saying China. I like when
that was the best. China. Yep. China.
Huge China. She had a cat named Vagina. That was the other
one. What do you think of this post that he did yesterday that everybody's up in arms about?
The one, which one? He does like.
Well, yeah, kind of like calling people suckers if they're.
Yeah. I wrote something on that, and it's actually the lead of my show today. And you know what? I'm going to lead. I'll say some people might not like it, but we're all about credibility. Look, I will call the president out when I feel like I need to, because I'm not calling the man out. I'm calling out the president as far as what I think we need to do as a country. And look, when I hate when people get mad when you want to come out and say something that you just don't agree with because they think you've gone to the other side. And you're like, well, no. I'm more on our side than anybody on the planet. I try to tell my audience, we're MAGA. What you're looking at is MAGA right here. It's not Trump. Trump's just one man. We picked him because he represents us the best. And if we feel like he's not going to the mat on certain things, we're going to call him out because we want to hold the administration's feet to the fire. It would be anybody. It could be Donald Trump. It could be Vivek. It could be, a Ron DeSantis. It doesn't matter. Whoever we pick to be there, we have to kind of hold them accountable because they're the ones representing the Make America Great movement. It's them. So I'm not being, disrespectful to the president if I say something and I say, hey, I disagree on something. That's human nature. We're not mind-numbed robots that are just going to follow in step. But when he called us out and said, the people that are talking about the Epstein thing are my former followers, I'm like, wait, stop. You've got to take a step back and realize, we're on your side. No matter what came out, no matter what comes out in these files, if it ever does, we're not going to, we're not leaving you. We're not leaving the party. We're not leaving MAGA. It's not going to affect. We're big boys and girls. We can take what's there. For the administration to come out how many months that they did and said, oh, they're here, we're going to release it, here's phase 1, like they made a big debacle about it, and then all
The binders,
when they came
binder
out with
gate.
the books, when they came out with the books.
It makes no sense. We get it. There's something there, obviously. And if they, who said it yesterday? I was on his show recently. Jesse Kelly posted something, and he said, you know what? He goes, maybe it's plausible that the Biden administration, added his name.
Yes, I think that.
Right?
100%. I think that's what's going on. 100%.
Yeah, but don't you think really though, if he really, really was on the list, that the left would have leaked it? There's no way I can't I can't figure out how they wouldn't have, because they leak everything that's detrimental to him.
Well, they could have sprinkled something in after the election too.
Yeah.
Well, they put the pictures up about him with Epstein. I mean, they did that in the beginning, the first time they did it. I mean, this bullshit's been going on since 2005, really, and then was charged in 2008. So I mean, the stuff was there, and he got off easy because of all the shit that he did, because of the connections that he had.
Well, right? Trump was the only. Yeah. Do you know when the girls were suing Epstein? Trump was the only one that came forward to the FBI and said that he would testify in behalf of those girls because he knew what was going on, but they never asked him to do it. But he offered to do it.
You know, there's probably a lot of exculpatory evidence out there because Alan Dershowitz and you know, full disclosure, I know Alan, he's helped me out with some things before, this stuff that, you know, we're just talking about. And Alan's a nice guy. Everybody always suspected Alan was on a list, but he just recently did an interview and said, look, he said, I'm glad if it comes out, because he said that the woman who accused him later looked at him and said, that's not the guy. And then, of course, nobody hears that. They only hear the headlines. So I kind of feel bad for Alan in that way. But he came out and said, look, there's a lot of people who've been named. And if the list comes out, it will exonerate a lot of those people with exculpatory evidence. So he goes, I'm looking forward to that. He also came out and said, look, there's no current politician on the list that he knows of. But there are former ones there, and there's a lot of people they're protecting. He came out and said, I've seen it. It's there. So, like, you know, for the administration to come out and just kind of say, don't look here, look over there. We're going, dude, we're on your side. We voted for all of this. We voted for, and here's another thing I'm mad about. And I don't want to deviate too much from the Epstein nonsense, but like the big, beautiful bill, I beat up that too a little bit because it put Band-Aids on things. I didn't vote for this to go in and say, we're going to give you no tax on tips. It's not no tax on tips. It's no tax on some tips. We're going to give you a $12,500 deduction. Same thing with Social Security. Same thing with overtime. They're Band-Aids. I voted because I want to get rid of the tax code. No tax on income. I hope we go in that direction. Lutnick, Besant, all those guys sound like me when they talk, but then when they get with Congress, they go, well, we're going to do a little bit here, a little bit there. No, go all the way. We have to fix this country. And with the Epstein thing, it just gives everybody a sense of like, come on, like we can give you a little bit of latitude here and a little bit of latitude there. But if you're going to start gaslighting people like us, it's not going to work out well. And look, I get it. We'd be in way worse shape if the other side won. I'm not.
You know where the recipe for fixing America is? Right here.
Thank you, Trixie. I know what those things.
I read that book. It's a beautiful book.
It's a beautiful book. But the only way to save America, Trump 2.0, the battle for common sense. If you read this, you'll see exactly what Mike is talking about. And he's got the whole recipe to fix America in there. And they should have you on the administration, or at least read your book.
Well, do you know what makes me mad is Trump is the one guy who could get it done. He's the guy. He is the guy who could fix this. I don't know if a Vance or a Vivek or a DeSantis after him, whatever the lineage is going to be, he is the one guy who could get this thing fixed right now. I don't care what Congress has to say. I don't listen to the Jasmine Crockett's of the world. They're ignorant. Just ignore them. That they try to dissuade everybody and distract you from the real message. If we did some of that stuff that's in that book, Trixie, and we've been talking about it for 30, 40, 50 years, if we just did it. Ronald Reagan talked about dismantling the Department of Education in 1982. He was president until 1988. He didn't do it. Donald Trump is finally doing it. Like there's a list of those things that we could get done, but the most important ones that are in that book, like the tax code, like a balanced budget amendment.
That was a great chapter, the tax code. That was good.
George, it drives me insane. He's our last hope. At least I feel like that in my lifetime. He's the last white knight. Like, let's get it done. We will back you up no matter what you want to do, but do it. Stop acquiescing to all these liberals out there. It's because we have one shot.
Yeah, but Mike, I think what he's doing is he's holding it for ransom over people's head, because now all of a sudden the Supreme Court is agreeing to everything he's doing. You know, about Roberts was on that list. You know, I mean,
that could be, but you know what it is with Trump, and I love him dearly. Sometimes he has a hard time explaining something, right? And like when the press conference, when he was sitting there and he starts talking about Obama or it was a Democrat hoax and all this stuff he starts talking about, just like in that message, in that post, say what the freak you're talking about. You know, like say, hey, you know what? They put me on this thing and they put me in this. They sprinkled my name in this over the last 4 years. And because remember the post from Elon Musk that said that Trump is implicated in the Epstein files? Remember when Elon when he left? And everybody's like, what the hell is Elon talking about? Well, maybe Elon saw that. And maybe that's what they're trying to hold this up now, because he's bringing up like a hoax, just like Russia hoax. That derailed his first term. So now, if it comes out and he's implicated on these Epstein files, right, which we know he's probably that if they're doing it, it's all to create a distraction. And he's had probably the best 6 months that any president's ever had in the beginning. And you know, we're not talking about inflation going down. We're not talking about all these different good things. We're talking about Epstein, and that's why I think he's getting frustrated, because it's Russia hoax again. I think that's what it is.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're trying. Number one, the Democrats are doing all to split the MAGA movement that's been happening. That's why they're pushing all these other issues. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I think the situation with Trump, I think a lot of people are holding him back to say certain stuff, and I think that he is holding us over the deep state, big time, because there's a lot of Congress and Senate that are involved in this thing. That, you know, and Brackett, what's his name? Brackett, that guy that said he doesn't give a shit. Yeah, he said he doesn't give a shit. Whoever's on that list, if they got to get prosecuted, they got to get prosecuted.
Yeah.
They don't.
I agree.
And that's what he said. But the whole thing is, we have to worry about the government collapsing. If they take away all these senators, well, not all of them, but
they would have special elections, I would think, if that happened.
No, they can't. No.
Well, again, what Alan Dershowitz said is there's no current politician on that list. So are we worried about that? You know, if Alan's correct, and I couldn't, you know, Alan's a pretty smart guy for 86 years old. I'll tell you that much.
If he's I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah. If he's seen, and he's like, he just works nonstop. If you're
to keep them young.
Yeah, exactly. If you're correct, and it's all former politicians, what do we care? You know, and what do we care about destroying the government? We're destroying the country right now. The country is like in shambles. We're fixing it though in, you know, like little ways, but the lengths that we have to go to get it back to, and people, you want to go back to the 50s. No, I want to go back to what the founders intended. You see how much money we're raising now from tariffs? We actually had a surplus. It actually works. We should be talking about that. Exactly.
Yeah. And he said he was right again. Remember?
That's what we should be focused on, because we don't need an income tax. Going back to what Trixie's saying about my book, we don't need it. We've proven it. We can raise the money with tariffs. You could do a VAT tax. It could be small.
External Revenue Service. Do it, Mike.
Sean, I was in D.C. You know, my stepson's working for a congressman, and he's having a great time. I mean, like, he's learned so much stuff in the last 2 months. He's coming home in 3 weeks. They've offered him a job now in the district. He's going to go back to D.C. next year. He's
awesome.
Like, really enjoying it. But he got disappointed when he saw how Congress worked. You know, just from being in the office. Like, you know, he sees people call, and none of that ever gets to the congressperson.
And he used to be my congressman
somewhere. Your congressman, right?
Well, we got redistricted. So when we were walking out of the Trump rally, I was walking alongside of him in Wildwood. And I looked at him, I said, I'm very mad at you. And he looked at me and goes, why? You thought I could vote or something? I said, you left our district. Well, it wasn't his fault.
Chris is
Smith.
Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Smith.
Chris.
Okay, just making sure. You said Wildwood, and I'm thinking the other guy.
Well, Wildwood, very enjoyed now. But when at the rally, he was walking off. We were kind of walking off the beach together, I guess, in Wildwood for the Trump rally. Is my point.
and I beat up Chris is a great guy, by the way. I beat him up a little bit because he's there 44 years. It's not his fault.
Yep.
But, one of the chapters is term limits. We don't need people in Congress for 40, 50 years. Just don't tell me that there's
You know how he got in, didn't you?
I do. He lost his first election. He was his family owned like a sporting goods company, and he lost, and then he won on the Reagan Revolution. He just kind of snuck in.
Well, no, what happened was that was the whole ab scam thing. The guy he ran against, Fred Thomas or something, or whatever, that was the ab scam issue. And that guy was unbeatable until the FBI had him taking money from, fake sheiks, and they had him on film. And then he ended up winning. That's how he won.
It's amazing how back in the 80s, something like that would derail your campaign. Now you could pretty much do anything you want, and nobody cares. It's amazing.
What was that movie? I can't remember the name of it, and it was kind of based on the ab scam. And I can't. Oh shit! I can't think of the
American
name.
Hustle, was it?
Yeah. That one. That was really good too. That was a good movie. But while we're talking about that, what do you guys think about like Rico? My thoughts on that.
Suave?
I think Rico. I think Rico is going to be the way that they get them, because it's so much easier to hold charges on people with that than it would be for the
follow the money. Follow the money. Yep.
Yeah, because all one person has to do is take money or get in one little bit of it, and then it can start unraveling, and they can net up a lot more people that way.
Well, who are you talking about getting? Are you talking about the whole Comey?
I'm talking like Schiff and all them, like Schiff, AOC. They're all taking money from Act Blue. You tie Act Blue back to USAID. USAID is the deep state money laundering. That's how they've been doing that. Look at all the ones that took money from Act Blue when it was supposed to be senior citizens donated $27,000 a year. And, they're interviewing people and they're saying, I never did it. I mean, if they could go back with that and tie that into RICO, they could sweep up quite a few of the corrupt ones. That's just my thinking on it. And I understand.
I'd love to see it, but I don't think, I mean, do we all really think we're really going to see Democrats held accountable?
I really want to.
I want to too, but it's sad that I'm even saying that, but when's the last one that was really held accountable? I don't know.
Menendez.
Well, he was only held accountable because, they had to do him a couple times.
Yeah.
Right. And he was only held accountable because he wouldn't go with their crazy, open border policy and everything else. So the Democrats flushed him.
You bring that. I'm going to, somebody in your chat, Sergeant T 1978 said, you spent 20 minutes on Epstein and not mention the amnesty bill that Representative Salazar has introduced to Republicans. That we were talking about her the other day because I had some dirt. That's the Florida. Is she Florida?
Yeah, Republican? She went down by Miami. Yeah, she's a rhino. Capital RINO.
She's a disappointment. Yeah, she's a disappointment to some of the Cubans down in Miami. I know that.
I'll tell you a story. I'll break some news on her, just because you don't know this yet. But I was getting involved. I was being courted to run a presidential campaign in South America. And it was in Guyana. I'm off the campaign now. The campaign, the party that was putting together the candidates for us kind of fell apart. So I'm not working on that. But I will tell you this now because I can. She accepted money from a lobbying firm, and there was a candidate who was running down in Guyana. And she knows nothing about him. And there were two congresspeople. Now, I got really upset because when I found out they were Republicans and I was getting involved, I would normally have to go to the press. And of course, if I had to go to the press to out a Republican, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to CNN because CNN's looking for anybody. But I felt really bad. I'm like, I can't believe they're on our side. And then I find out from George, over the last couple of days, that this woman's not really a Republican. She's a rhino. What she did, and this other congressman, they took money from a lobbying firm to basically print bad news about this one candidate in Guyana. And it was kind of interesting because they have the payments from the current regime in Guyana going to this lobbying firm. And then we have actual payments from the lobbying firm to Representative Salazar, and we had the verbiage that the lobbying firm put out verbatim that she put up. So basically, the lobbying firm gave her money and said, "We want you to tweet these words," And that's what she did. They were verbatim of what the lobbying firm sent to her, and we have the trail of money. And you ask me how sometimes politicians become millionaires on $177,000 salary. That's how. And she's one of them. There's another guy, I won't mention his name because I don't want to go there right now, but she was one of these idiots, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, here's the money trail. I actually have the papers of her accepting the money. Now, I haven't gone to the press because I'm not working on the campaign, but if you ever need it, I got it.
Wow.
What do you call her? Also, she was anti-Trump too, big time.
I didn't know that. I felt bad when I saw the R because I'm like, who's saying? I thought it was going to be a Democrat. It was like, nope, it's 2 Republicans. And I went, holy crap. Here you go.
They slide in. They're so sneaky. They can slide right in. They say what everybody wants to hear, get elected, and then they turn around and do something else.
They can get away with it. They all could get away with it. All of them. That's why, like Mike said, they're all. You go look at, and we go back to that story again. It's rich people telling poor people that rich people are making them poor. They're all millionaires. Every one of them. Every one of the Democrats. They got. Their net worth of 10 million, 20 million, 80 million. These are Democrats, and they're talking about how the rich people are making these people poor.
Isn't the guy from New York? Isn't he come from a lot of money? His family, the Mohan or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he comes from a family, right? But he doesn't. He never had a job.
But don't they have some money or something? The family, isn't that?
They do. I got a clip in my show this morning. He said he was going to work. He worked until I forget the clip said, but he worked until January.
Yeah.
He said he knew if he ran out of money, his family could support. He's basically, in a sense, living in his parents' basement. If anybody, by the way, wants to check out what I was just talking about, the lobbying firm in D.C. is called Continental Strategies. And if you want to tie into find out if you want to do some deep digging, folks, go nuts. Continental Strategies in D.C. and she's apparently they're paying Representative Salazar to go whichever direction the lobbying firm wants to go. So.
I want to know why nobody ever approaches us and asks us to say things for money because I might do it.
I do. Rumble gives me commercials to read, so they do. And I have
nobody's approached me, so I must be incorruptible. I don't know.
But Trixie, I back up what I say. So everybody always asks me, they go, do you actually have the stuff that
yes,
commercial? I go, yes, because I buy all of the stuff that Rumble gives me to advertise. So because I don't want to be that guy, I don't want to be the sellout. So I drink 1775 coffee. I do.
I was just going to ask you, did you drink your coffee this morning?
I don't drink a lot of coffee, but when I do, I drink that. And I bought it for the house because, I don't want to be the guy who's, not backing up what I say. So
I went to McDonald's this morning. I asked if Trump was working. They said no.
Where did your passenger go with you?
Yeah, he's here. Mike, did you see my passenger?
No. Who do you got?
Hang on. He's got something to ask you. Mike, when are you going to have me on the show, Mike?
Oh, my God. You sent me that.
I want to come on, and I want to tell you all about my buddy George. What he did to me on the bike. He scared the shit out of me.
Oh my God! Is that you seriously? That's how you pay homage to George? He's now a puppet.
No, we did it for his birthday show, and I just had it. It's funny. I had it last week for Friday, and he's not going to come on a lot because there's only one George. All right, we can all agree on that. There's only one George, but it's a little funny thing, and we did it on Friday last week, and we did it because it was George's birthday. And he's been in my truck.
There's a whole story behind it. There's a whole story behind it. See, because Sean was in Cape May, went into a store, seen this puppet, texted me and said, with the picture, said, wouldn't it be funny if we had a George puppet? And it was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So within 5 minutes, Trixie texted me back and said, I just ordered a puppet. I'm going to make it and I'll send it to you. I'm like, what the heck? Holy shit. And then
I called George. We were on the road. We were heading down on DC and my wife and I called George for his birthday and George answered the phone and I said, happy birthday. And Kelly started laughing. She goes, you just said happy birthday to George as if he would have said it to himself. I said, that's right. George on the show too now. You got to have a Papa Bear puppet if you're going to have a George.
That would be Trix. There you go. That would be kind of cool. They could, But then again, I don't want to piss off Papa Bear. He's pretty big.
I'll do it. He wouldn't do anything. I'm a girl. I'll be all right.
When we went down to Rumble, he stood right next to Mike.
Alan's a big guy. Yep.
Well, here, you want to, I tell you what, let me see if I can put it in here. How do I do this? Image file. I was in, oh wait, can I put it in here? Shit. No, it's not.
Yeah, you
can. Share it to Trixie.
No, I guess I'd have to put it in. Yeah, I can. Hold on, I'll download it. I'll show. Alina Habba is very tall, and I'm not a tall man. I'm only 5'8". But when a woman of I don't know, Alina Habba is probably 5'5".
And she's probably wearing heels too, right?
Yeah, 6-inch heels. Yeah, her husband's a great guy. Did you meet the husband?
Greg? No, I didn't. He wasn't there. Her security detail was with her last night. That was about it. Let me see if I can upload this here. I'll put it in the present screen here. Here it is. So she's pretty tall. I was standing next to there it is, Trixie, if you want to pop it in. There's Alina in the light yellow. Now I'll tell you what, see, there's me. And she's taller than me with the heels.
That's Siggy next to Alina. They're very good friends.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah, I know them.
George knows everybody.
Who doesn't George know? That's
let me tell you.
If a George list came out, it would be forever. If everybody George knows, he knows everybody.
Well, that hat she's wearing, so that hat was a game worn. Donald Trump wore that in a round, and my friend Jennifer, Mike's wife, said, he always gives him hats to auction off. So he just took it off and signed it right there and gave it to her. So that is a game worn hat. Now, her husband, Mike Ziegler, was auctioning that off last night. He started it at $3,000, and nobody was bidding. So now I felt bad because I'm trying to raise money for the vets. So I'm standing there and I raise my hand like, I'll do 3,200. Like, I'm like, please don't pick on me. So then the next guy, finally, some guy outbid me at 35. And then I'm like, all right, we'll bring it up to 4. So I got it up to 4. And then I'm like, I'm done. And then thank God her husband outbid me at $4,500 because I don't have $4,000 for a hat. So I didn't want to. I was going to be working for the next month, doing 1775 commercials to pay for that thing. So so she her husband won the hat. She got it, and that's Alina Habba there. And the guy next to me, that's my buddy George Sichler. He was like the first guy on the towers in 9/11. He's going to come on the show. He's got a lot of stories about September 11th, and he'll be on the show. There's a lot of PTSD in those rooms from guys who have seen, you have no idea, Navy SEALs, Army guys, just crazy. But George is one of the heroes that we're going to have on the show and highlight his story. And Alina was great. And just, when you get a hug from a taller woman, it's like, you just feel very.
And what do you call it? Ziggy and Trump are very, very close also.
Ziggy.
Very close. Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's my buddy Mike Ziegler. I had him. He co-hosted the show once with me. I go to all of Ziggy's events. Ziggy golfs with Trump, and we do stuff. This is in Bedminster, but we also do an event every year down in Trump International. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's that.
That's it.
That's a good cool little story there, though.
Well, I got about 1,000,001 stories because I go to so much crap.
You do Yankee stuff, right? You're all over the place.
I've been involved in politics since I was in my early 20s, and I've run about 45 campaigns. So, but my career has been, politics, some TV stuff, some radio stuff, my charity. We work with my charity. I've met more people through my charity. We work with everybody you can think of, from Three Doors Down to Chris Daughtry to Jewel, Martina McBride. I mean, I've got story upon story upon story. After a while, people get sick. So I just tell people, come along. So,
she was with Jersey Housewives, Ziggy. He was on that show a long time ago.
Who was on the Housewives?
Ziggy was.
Mike Ziegler was on the.
No, Ziggy, the girl next to.
Oh, her! I thought you were talking about my friend Mike Ziegler. We call him.
You got to put the fire out on that show every time.
Mike, you gotta learn Brooklynese a little better, Mike. That's the one thing you could pick up on, Brooklynese. You gotta learn.
Sorry. I'm getting a photo dump from last night. Actually, this is my friend Ziggy. I don't know if you could see this. Can you take that down? That's
Ziggy, the guy with the big head. That's the Ziggy I know.
I'm getting literally. Kyle is sending me 100 pictures right now. That's my buddy Kyle dressed in the crazy outfit, and that's Mike Ziegler. I've had Mike on the show. He and Donald Trump golf together. Once in a blue moon, and they.
One time I played golf, I used a golf club over somebody's head because they pissed me off.
George had a hole in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Knowing George seeing the head.
This was cool.
So, Mike, when you're doing your stand up in August,
that's the bus. That's the Somebody owns that.
Oh,
bus.
look at
That's
that.
the bus last night. Yeah, I'm doing I'm headlining at Catch a Rising Star in Princeton, New Jersey on August 22nd. That's a Friday. I don't know who else is on the show with me. They were going to put a couple people on, but my phone's buzzing like crazy. He must have taken about 1,000 pictures last night. I'm just getting a photo dump. Holy crap. And I always tell people, don't text me stuff before I go on the air because I'm busy. And then I know who's not watching the show. Kyle probably is not going to be watching.
Yes, he's not a watcher of the show. But I want to apologize because I wanted to come to this because I missed the other one for whatever reason. I forget what happened, but I missed the other one that you had.
Everybody's busy.
But we're going to be in Nashville because we're going to do our live broadcast on that Friday in Nashville.
Yeah.
Wait, Wake Up Patriots is?
Yeah. We're doing a meetup. We're going to do a meetup with a bunch of folks, some of the great folks in the chat in there and everything. We're doing
we're doing our show live and it's 4-hour broadcast. We're broadcasting the whole party too.
What?
Yep.
You know, you guys just sound so much more fun than I do. Well,
you're a fun guy, but not as a mushroom. You're actual fun guy.
George was just here in the Northeast. He was going to stop by. He could have come to the studio. He could have.
Oh, he didn't come. He didn't come visit you either.
No.
That's why I got the goddamn puppet because he didn't come visit me. So I figured at least if I have a puppet, I could act like he comes visit us.
I got things to do here. I can't play around. Do you think I got to visit?
He wasn't.
But George is on a mission.
He wasn't feeling well, apparently.
I was going to treat him to a good deal Lorenzo's tomato pie. But
the pizza. Yeah, that pizza was fun. But did you ever go there, Mike?
No. Where is that?
You got to go. You got to go.
Robbinsville. Mike, we got to get together one night. You and Kelly, me and my wife. We got to do that.
You got to go to that. Let me tell you something. It's one of the
I know you're busy, but we got to do that.
One of the best. You could get away. You could get away.
We're around. Kelly's got a better schedule now.
Thursday.
Her new job, so she gets out like 4:00 ish now, so we can actually do dinners.
Yeah, Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah, let's do something one night. That'll be fun.
Tuesday or
Thursday.
Thursday.
Pizza's fantastic. Yeah, they're really good. Honestly.
Now, Mike, before I forget, you got to do the Trump voice, and you got to say for us, please hit that big, beautiful like button.
Well, all right.
You guys do it for us.
It's hard on the spot because you gotta get into character, Sean.
Get your inner Trump going.
You gotta get into character quickly, so quickly, and then say big, beautiful hair. That's the Golden Dome. I'm gonna name the Golden Dome after my hair. Big, beautiful Golden Dome. That's what it is. But hit that big, beautiful like button for Wake Up Patriots, everybody. Make sure you like the show, follow the show, send some money. God knows they need it. That puppet could use a makeover over there. That puppet is a little worn out, but it's a big, beautiful puppet of big, beautiful George. So, all right, that's all I got.
That was good.
Thank you. That was funny.
It was good. Now, if that don't get likes, nothing will. I don't know.
I don't know if we have any. Do we? Let me see. What do we got? We got
hitting the like button isn't a hoax.
37.
Yeah. Right, Mike?
Well, look at that. NJ Kit Kat's in here. I got some of my folks in here.
Yeah, PBS is in there.
Yep.
Coco's in here. I got you guys.
Coco popped in too.
I've noticed that you guys just do a very relaxed show. You just get on and chat.
Not except Friday.
Yeah.
Friday gets a little crazy.
Fridays are more scheduled.
In here. PV Squish is in here. I got a whole bunch of my folks. Welcome. See, now I feel like we have
a good crossover. Great crossover.
Yeah, but you guys don't know how to rate. Where's Ed Henry? Has anyone seen Ed Henry?
He's in California.
You have, George?
Yep.
Wait, he's in California? I thought he was in Florida. He moved?
No, he's back. I think he's back. Isn't he back?
He was in California on vacation.
He's broadcasting from California, he said, for like the next week and then going back.
Yeah, he was on vacation in California or something.
Ed's like tearing it up. Is he still dating Rod Stewart's ex-wife?
I believe so.
Wow.
I believe so, yeah.
I told everybody on
some guys get all the luck.
Well, Newsmax 2. I mean, there you go. I mean, now he's, I said I'm waiting for Newsmax 3. That's when I'm gonna leave Rumble. I'll be Newsmax 3 is when I'll go.
There you go. We're coming with you.
Okay, we'll start our own network. How's that?
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? I don't know. We'd have to take Frisky Friday though. Frisky Friday has to go if we were to go.
Hey, Coco's got to go to work.
No, she got a new job. Coco, thanks for popping in. We'll miss you in the show.
Thanks, Coco.
Congrats, Coco.
Coco, have a great day.
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
She's sweet. We got 4, well now 5 moderators on our show. We just added somebody. Sherry Gilbert we added now. So we have 5.
Oh, okay. I know who Sherry is. I talked to her in there.
Yeah, she does the show The Big Mig, and I've been on their show too. Nice guys, George and Lance. Lance Migliano, I can never say it. And then George is in New Jersey. Another George. A lot of Georges.
Hey, you forgot about me. That's all right.
George, no one ever forgets about you, George.
I'm gonna put crazy glue in your fucking locks in your office.
What? How? Now you guys are still doing the Thursday and Friday thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony Schaefer's doing the Monday through Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Him and Chris.
Yeah.
All right. And Wake Up Patriots is still waking Kelly woke me up early this morning and said, you got to wake up early because you have to go Wake Up Patriots. And I said, oh, I was so tired last night after I got back from Bedminster. And she was on a show the other night called Vikings, Outlaws, and Cowboys till like 1 a.m. So we have had no sleep over the last couple days. And then when I have to do you guys in the morning, I got to get up an extra hour early just to make sure my show is prepped. So I'm like, can we do go to bed Patriots? Can we do that?
We could do that. We could come on like 10 o'clock at night. That'll be good. Be like Gutfeld.
Good night, Patriots.
We're going to do the show when you're not on. We'll do Tuesday and Thursday from 7 o'clock.
You were telling me you were thinking about doing that, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I gotta get.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be good.
On this platform?
Yeah, on this platform, I got to talk. Yeah, I got to talk to the Godfather, the network there.
But are you gonna do a Thursday morning and then a Thursday night?
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. Tuesday and Thursday we'll do.
I mean, I do.
There's not much prep work. You even said it yourself. I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult.
We might get more people
for you guys because you guys just get on and chat. I mean, you guys have Kelly's job. I know she doesn't have to edit videos and all that stuff.
We did what I call when I do Facebook Live. I mean, people text me, "When am I going to do live again?" Because there's a lot of stuff we can say on Rumble that we can't say on Facebook.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They've been better, George. They've been a little bit better.
But they're still full of shit.
They are, but better, considerably better.
They don't, and they're not hitting me too much. But the only thing I notice is I used to get a couple of hundred people. I don't get that many. I get bad, and I mean I'll get it, 3,000 views after, but during the show I only get like 6 or 7 people. Sometimes the top I had was 15. I used to have 100 people, 150 people when I used to do the Facebook Live.
They don't put the notices out. People don't even see it until like you're halfway done.
Well, yeah, because
part of the problem is unless you're paying attention.
What's your popular?
I put something out the other day. I've been trying. My friend Dan Nunn, who does the Nunn Report from Seattle. He's conservative though. If you've ever seen the show, check out
the only one in Seattle.
Yeah, he's
none of this, none of that.
That's why it's Dan Nunn, because there's none except for him.
He just had Scott Jennings. He was down at Charlie Kirk's Turning Point, and he had a whole bunch.
Tampa, yeah, he was in Tampa. Yeah,
and he had Scott Jennings interviewed. Scott gave him like 25 minutes, so it was great little interview. And his Facebook now is up to like, I don't know, 80,000 people. So he told me, he goes, you really got to try it now. It's better. So I said, okay. So I started putting a couple things out. I put a reel up the other day and it got like 12,000 views. And I was like, wow. But it never translates over to Rumble, because if I put a Rumble link in Facebook, that's to get suppressed. Yeah. So I can put a video up and say, yeah, come visit me on Rumble. But if I put the show link in there, no one will see it.
No, you got to. What you do is you got to record it and then download it without the link. As soon as you put any kind of link you attach, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I've noticed that because I do that for the show all the time.
Yeah, we
too.
can't. What I do is I have to
time for it to hit.
I actually have to play the show, record it, and then put it on the show, and then tell everybody, like say, come on Rumble.
A lot of people don't know what Rumble is still. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, yeah, agree. When I tell people we got the Rumble show, they say, "What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, it's Rumble." I tell them to spell it out. I said it's free. One time you get you'll get advertisers stuff. You don't become premium, but it's worth it because you get honest stuff there. But you know what the problem is, Mike? Everybody's effing doing it now. Everybody's fucking doing Rumble. Everybody. So you got a lot of competition in your time slot. You don't get that much views because what happens is they got everybody. They got people that
Rumble's been pretty good to us, but we've established a relationship with them. When we started the show, they contacted us and said, "Oh, we really like what you're doing," and we're like, we didn't know Rumble had executives. We're like, "Oh, cool," and then we got invited down. We recorded down at their studios in Longboat Key. We stayed down with them for a couple days, really got to know them, and they've been pretty good to us. So they do promote our shows a lot. We get featured on the homepage, which is great. It's the only way we grow an audience. Is otherwise you have to tell everybody privately, hey, go to my Rumble channel.
Yes, right.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been great helping us pick up an audience. It's just hard beyond that because Google owns YouTube, Meta, YouTube, Google, Meta, which is Instagram, Facebook. They were the worst offenders during COVID. And if you were suppressed during COVID, we lost like 4 years of our livelihoods of trying to promote ourselves because we got squashed. So now it's like you're rebuilding. And with Rumble, it's tough because people automatically have a negative connotation. Oh, it's all right-wing conspiracy theorists. I'm like, no, it's not. Left-wing people can come here. They just won't because they have an assumption. I don't know if they'd get an audience. But most people, and if you think about that too, guys,
should we get you're frozen.
I thought Sean was talking to me. He's got his mic muted. He's just moving his mouth, doing the puppet. He should just move the puppet mouth. I thought he was saying something. I thought I was muted for a second. But if you think about like Rumble as a whole, it almost is like AM radio was back in the day. Conservatives flocked to it because that's where like-minded voices were, and Rumble's kind of the same way. But YouTube and Facebook and everybody else does a great job at suppressing it that people don't know it's out there.
Do we what do you call it? Do we get in touch with Rumble to talk about taking their advertising? Like they're behind that 1776 quote. How do we get onto that front page?
Yeah, I can. I'll make some introductions for you guys. But Ed might have. I don't know. Ed might have done that before. So if you're not the page administrator, that's the problem. You're gonna have to talk to Ed. Find out.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'll talk to Ed.
And I'll put you in touch with some of the editors down there, and they'll get you on the radar. And then when they see what you're doing, if they like what you're doing, yeah. You got to use Rumble Studios though. You guys are using. Well, I use StreamYard, but I ingress into Rumble Studios.
So yeah, I've got that where I can use Rumble Studios.
Yeah,
I got both. I can do Rumble or the StreamYard.
Right, but I use both at the same time. I ingress I run my show on StreamYard and I ingress it into Rumble Studios.
I gotcha. All right, I know how to do that. I can do that too.
Oh, believe me, I couldn't figure it out. The Rumble executives had to help me. The tech people down there, I'm calling them every day going, how do it's not working. And I know it was a me problem. I just don't understand technology, but they fixed me right up.
I figured out some of this stuff, so it's not too bad. But while you're here and it's 10-2, do you want to participate with us? We do a weekly trivia contest.
Sure.
And it's okay, but you can't answer because we can't unless you want the $1,000 bill. We have a Trump $1,000 bill that we give away.
Okay. I won't answer.
All right, here's a question for everybody in the chat. So I don't know who's going to yell the answers back at me. One of you two got to. But which Republican president was never elected as vice president or president, but assumed both offices? And so I'll read it again. Which Republican president was never elected as a vice president or president, but assumed both offices? And Stacy, you can't cheat. Don't ask Billy.
Stacy always asks Billy.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys watching the chat and read the answers out for me?
Yeah, look at this. Bing, bing. Nene says Ford. USA says Ford. American Max says Ford. Sergeant 1978 says Ford. And Jane, everybody knows it. Ford. Definitely not Karen. Ford. Yeah, got a whole bunch of them. All right, who is the first one? We have to see. All right, write it down.
Okay. I've been going. I've been writing as you've been.
Yeah, Nene was the first one that said it. Then USA was the second. American Mac was Mark should be out of it.
I just saw Florida for Trump put Chevrolet.
Yeah. That was funny.
That's a good one, Florida for Trump. I like that.
Let's get a Chrysler.
Did Mark give anything silly?
No, he said Ford, but he should be in a contest anyway.
Oh no, he said it's too easy. Chevy, he's got it up there too. All right. I got it. I know. All right, so we might as well close it out, huh?
Yeah.
Will I give the answer tomorrow? Oh shit, that was too easy.
Told you it was easy.
No, you didn't. You did not. You did not. All right, we're done with that.
What did I miss? Oh my God.
What did you miss? What did you miss? 10 minutes?
I had to mute you for a second. I'm sorry. You guys didn't even notice I was gone, did you?
Yes, you did. We saw you were muted and you were going like this.
Yeah,
'cause Mike thought
you were
talking.
like the fucking puppet.
Yeah, I was talking to the puppet. I said, "What the hell? I'm in Newark. The puppet got stolen. They carjacked me." I thought the puppet would be a little tougher being a George puppet, but I don't know. He folded. I don't know.
Wow, look at that. Universal 23 says, I don't answer the phone when the show is on. Was that a dig?
Well, that was because I got something for work going on, and I had to take that call from a very high up source at my company. So I could not take the call. I apologize. But anyway,
I thought it was 1-800-SPANK-ME. That's what you were talking about.
No, I don't. No,
Indiana, listen, I wanted to buy an Indian
I'm
motorcycle.
going OnlyFans.
Oh, OnlyFans.
I wanted to buy an Indian motorcycle, but the problem is when I was traveling through the States, they don't have too many dealers, so that's why I got the Harley again. But I love the Indian. I love that bike. Nice bike. And your leg don't fucking burn when you ride a bike.
I rode that bike, Michael.
Harley Davidson.
George's bike. I was on it. I got a picture on that thing.
No, but I actually drove it.
Oh yeah, he didn't let me drive.
That was yeah.
You couldn't reach the pedals, Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike was like this on
George, you're shorter than me.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you one thing. That was one of the greatest things you ever did at that place, that bookstore. You had people flabbergasted when you came out with all your stuff about the COVID stuff.
No, I'm so disappointed that no one still 5 years doesn't have a clue. They don't. It's amazing to me.
They came
Mike,
out with little gags, Mike.
I wanted to ask you a question. I was listening to the radio yesterday. Apparently there's some video of some guy that said he took 2 boosters and his lung capacity was killed by 10 years and he's pretty athletic. Did you hear about that?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'll have to find the video.
What's funny is my daughter's mother-in-law, we sat at a dinner one time and I was talking about she says, I'm a vax person. I'm vaccine. I said, what about the kids? I don't want my grandkids to get the vax. Well, no, vaxxers are good. And now the husband's got something out with his heart because he went.
I don't know. There's a lot that can be said about that vax.
I pray that we don't hear a lot more of those stories, you know? I mean,
they're not going to publicize it because, they're not going to publicize it. Going to, the pharmaceutical. Look all the advertisements that come. The advertisements on TV. You got a heart on, you got to see a psychiatrist, right? All the commercials, one right after another. Psychiatrist, that's something for depression, and in a row, and diabetes to lose weight.
I know we're running close to 10, Mike. Whenever you want to pop out, just
I gotta get out of here in a second. But it's
watch Mike's show. Tell him, Mike, you gotta watch Mike's show.
I got it running on the bottom, the Mike Schwartz, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on Rumble, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. on Rumble.
Yeah, that is it. Except we took off last night for.
Last night I actually had time to watch it, and I go on, and there was no Mike Schwartz show. I was like, what
when he put it up there for morning.
I can't, I can't force the people with the Trump stuff to pick it up.
I would have done the substitute for you, Mike. I would have did it.
You would have filled in?
Yeah, I thought. Listen, when I see you, I'm gonna fucking beat you.
And last night I could have been George's guest host with.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then next time I had Amber May guest host once, and I had Lord Sterling guest host once. Maybe I'll have you guys guest host.
Or I could just have the puppet guest host. I just sit there and
that would be a whole hour of censorship.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Funny. I would love to. We should talk about. We should do a revisit on the COVID stuff at some point. I know everybody's tired of talking about it, but the more I talk to people and realize they still have no idea anything about the last 5 years. It's amazing to me that we went
You know,
locked.
you know what it is? They keep that out of the news. That's why.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
Well, because
Yeah.
because of the pharmaceuticals. Did you
Yeah.
speak of?
That's
I mean, did you see the James O'Keefe thing about the Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, and they knew, and I mean, but that's the thing. Like we knew, we were trying to tell everybody, and then the media was just kind of like all over the place, and you
Yep.
know, lying for the NIH and everybody else, the CDC. We knew because we saw it every day. Why didn't they ask people like us in the offices and say, "What are you seeing?" I told them right away, it doesn't work, and there's people coming back with major issues. But it wasn't designed to work. It's designed like a flu shot. It's not designed like what you think of as a traditional vaccine. So I get really tired of when people call them a vaccine because they did change the definition to format to fit that word, to fit the definition of what this thing is, like a flu shot. It was never designed like a traditional vaccine, period. It gives you a 120-day antibody response. It's inflammation you don't need. The inflammation is why people are having problems because it basically triggers stuff that's dormant or would come out at a later date. So a person who would have a heart issue at 70 is now getting it at 40. Somebody who would have a joint issue at 40, it's now exhibiting itself at 20.
Remember that? Yeah.
Inflammation. That's the big word right there. Inflammation is the beginning of
when was that? When was that thing we did at that books? When was that thing at the bookstore? How long ago?
That was how long ago? That was I released my first book in June of 23. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah.
That was Fauci's Fiction, and that got when I released it and got all the censorship. That was when I realized, holy crap, like censorship is real. And then Vaccine Fiction, it wasn't as bad.
That
but
one?
That's the first one. That's the one everybody needs to read. You'll learn everything.
This one?
And that's the follow-up. And if you understand what we saw from the practitioner level, you'll understand it in total. But I always tell people, don't talk to me about COVID unless you read the book. People want to come talk to me all the time and tell me what they think. Stop. Just read the book first and then tell me what you think. We can have a conversation. My conversation is based on 19,000 patients and 44,000 tests. Their conversation is usually based on, this is what happened to me. And they have no idea. So it drives me insane. Anyway, I do have to hit the button. I'm going to be late over here.
Read the big, beautiful book.
Read the book.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Read it bigly.
Hit it big. They're not AI. They're real people. Wake up, Patriots. Gotta love them. I'll see you
and
guys.
And that like button is AI.
All right.
All right. We'll see you on your show.
All right, Mike, we'll see you later. Thank you so
right,
much.
say hello to Kelly. Give my love to Kelly.
I should have had the George puppet. I should have the George puppet say, "Give my love to Kelly." That would have been good.
That George puppet cracks me up. I'm going to laugh at that thing probably till
he gets a little ornery.
You got to bring it to
what? Really? A little ornery?
He does. Well, he's a little. He's a little George, right? So he gets but he gets a little ornery. George gets ornery. He gets a little ornery.
Look at he's getting all red now in the face.
Yeah. So my friend Chris watched. He didn't get a chance to watch Friday's show, and I talked to him the other day, and I asked him. I said, "Oh, you didn't see the puppet, the George puppet?" He goes, "No." So he watched it yesterday evening. He called me up. He goes, "Oh my God, that was so funny." He says, "To see George's face when that puppet popped out," he says, "George." he says George was hilarious when that puppet popped out.
That's a good shtick. I don't know. That was a good idea you had, Sean.
I get them. They come to me, Tricks. I just it's just execution. Everything is I need help with. That's all. Which you did. You did great.
Well,
you did
when
bigly.
it comes to the craft stuff or something like that, I can help you out.
You executed bigly.
Yeah, huge. It was the big, beautiful puppet like nobody's ever seen before.
That little puppet was huge.
It was a huge puppet. Let's see. What do we got tomorrow? We got Frisky Friday tomorrow.
Mark will be with us.
Yeah, Mark will be with us. We got Losing Your Shit. George Rants. We'll have some.
We got good stuff tomorrow.
And I got a video I want to share with you tomorrow about. We know about divine intervention with Trump.
Yeah,
there was divine intervention with another politician a while ago, and I got the video. I'll share it tomorrow.
Awesome. Oh, that's right. You're not going to be on the road tomorrow. So
I'll be. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to send you those photos. The one with the light shining on Trump. That was a good one.
Yeah.
We saw that. I think we saw that. Did we see that? Was that when?
Yeah, I said
you took that. Was that when you took or something?
Yeah, I took that one. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Chris is good. Tony should be back Monday. From what?
Oh yeah, where's Tony been this week?
Thought he was doing army.
No, he went to He was with military stuff. I know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
thought. He said he was doing military stuff all week, so he was doing his Newsmax hits, but off and on. But he wasn't doing the show. I guess he was supposed to pop in if he had time, but he didn't. So Chris and Tony should be back Monday, and we'll be here tomorrow for Frisky Friday. I'm excited. I always like Fridays.
Well, it's the end of the week. All right, we'll have a good Frisky Friday. We'll wrap up the week.
You missed
And,
that one.
What'd you do?
When I was away?
Wait,
Did we
watch
do
the show.
Did we do the trivia question?
What?
Did we
do the trivia? Yeah, we did the trivia question.
I had you on mute. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the trivia question.
What do you call?
Who it was? Which Republican president was never elected as vice president or president, but assumed both offices? And I thought it might be a little bit harder, but apparently,
All right. We have a very smart, intelligent chat.
Very good chat. It's probably the best chat out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, now, we can say that now that Dr. Mike is gone, right?
Yeah, it's better than Dr. Mike's chat. But the Wake Up Patriots chat is some people in Mike's chat too. So they help elevate Mike's chat.
Yeah, he's up to he got, because he's on that board now. He gets 4.3 thousand people watching the show now. You know, that's why we got to get on that board. When Ed comes back from, I'm going to speak to him about that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's important. The problem is in the morning. Look at the morning, our time slot. How many shows are on there? And they all say the same shit all the time, over and over again, about this, about that. And we don't do that. We cover a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And plus we talk normally.
Plus we're good looking.
Yeah, plus we're good looking.
Oh, one thing we can add too.
Just
Did you know James Comey's daughter at the DOJ got fired?
Oh, that was
did you? I sent you the
the rocks.
The thing. Yeah, the shells.
The
shells.
We'll
do it tomorrow then.
We'll save that for tomorrow. I got it, but it didn't pop up today. There was no way to get it pop up. We had too much going on.
We're making a new patch. Make alligators great again.
Oh, I had some good alligator clips today too. I'll save them for tomorrow. Yeah. I already got them loaded up. So, anyways, we probably ought to just say goodbye, huh? It's 5 after.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody have a great day.
And what about hitting that big beautiful like button before you leave?
Button, please.
Hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
Okay.
Hit the like button.
Okay, you guys ready? Say goodbye. Bye.
Say goodbye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
If I can find the end stream button.
Or we'll be going right into it tomorrow.